I am really excited to get into the products that I am going to review for today. Really, promote to parents out there that Montessori toys are great for young children. It's really focused on skills development and getting children ready for school. Before they enter school, it helps them develop the right skills. So the difference between Montessori toys and regular toys is that they're focused on skills, they're made with non-toxic materials, and they really grab the attention of a child for several hours, unlike other toys that, because they're overstimulating, they tend to get the child bored after a while. And some kids just play with a toy for a few days and then they're done with it. So I think that's why Montessori toys are really worth the investment, and they're quite inexpensive in the first place. Right now I want to get into this Montessori cylinder blocks toy, so I want to get right into it. Now this is a very classic type of Montessori toy. You'll see this everywhere, but I think that the difference between other brands and Giggles Montessori's version of cylinder blocks is that they come with several different colors of blocks. So I'll get right into it. It's very easy to open. So if your child is gonna open it themselves, they just have to lift the flap, open it up, and then they will see all kinds of things inside. So it's not just simple cylinder blocks, it's also these cards, and I will get into explaining what they're for in a while. I'll just go through what's inside. So there are the cards, different types, and then next there's also these colored blocks. So there's yellow, there's red, there's blue, and then there's green. So there's enough to go around. If your child has siblings, or if you're bringing this to the classroom, this is an interactive toy, so there's enough for more than one child to play with. And I'll show you how to play with it in a while. And then lastly, there are these 4 bars of blocks. So this is where the motor skills and hand-eye coordination type of development comes in. So yeah, I'll show you this in a while. So I'll get into the cards first. This is good to really get your child started on color recognition and spatial awareness, because let's say, here I'll open up one of the baggies of blocks here. So let's say you ask your child, put the green block on the blue circle. They will kind of try to identify what the right fit is for this width of a circle, and if they understand it, they would put it here because this is the right size. And then they'll just kind of experiment and realize that the bigger block, it will fit here, but it won't really be the right match for the other spaces. For us adults, it seems kind of strange, but put yourself in the mind of a child. This is something that they do need to understand and learn about. So there are several cards for this. Again, it's good for a classroom or siblings. And then there are also these kinds of cards. So this kind of takes it to the next level in terms of identifying colors and spaces. So that is for the cards and the colored blocks. And then this is really what the classic Montessori toy is. Most of the cylinder block toys that you'll see on Amazon are just this. And this is also for spatial reasoning. So I'm gonna actually read the educational objective of this toy. From the listing, it says here that it's for team building skills, hand-eye coordination, engineering skills, creative thinking, spatial reasoning, color recognition, and motor skills. So put yourself in the mind of a child where your fingers, your hands are kind of wobbly. They will learn to remove it and then kind of take it out and try to rearrange it, and they will realize that the pieces won't fit everywhere they want them to go. So, you know, maybe, yeah, this will fit into a big circle, but it's not the right match. And then if they want to put this in the smallest hole, it's not going to fit at all. So this is kind of how they learn their motor skills and to understand the world around them. So that is it for this cylinder Montessori blocks toy from Giggles. Again, there are 4 of these inside, so this is good for multiple children to play with together. And all of this you get in just a small package, which I think is good because a lot of parents tend to complain that their children want to purchase a toy that takes up so much space at home, and then they end up not really getting much use out of it. So I think this is something that you can even put away when your child gets a little older, and then when you know, if you have another child, this is conveniently stored away and it doesn't take up too much space, and then the next child can make use of it as well. So the next product, this is really creative and it really exercises a child's imagination. So this is the wooden brain teaser blocks puzzle set, and there are 2 parts of this. So it's a very thin box, but you get a lot out of it. So there's this this one that each colored piece is like a different shape, and it's different from the main puzzle where all the same colors have the same shape. So this one's a little more advanced because the shapes are kind of abstract, so it takes more imagination to think of what kind of you know, shapes and characters or whatever you can come up with for this one. So there are instructions on the back, so conveniently, and then yeah, so that's this one, the smaller one. But the one that really gets the most attention is the main block for the puzzle. So the pieces are just kind of spread inside the box. So let me just get this out really quick. And as I'm kind of cleaning this up because the pieces are everywhere, I'm gonna read a little bit about the benefits of it. So it says here that you can inspire an early love of math thanks to your geometric puzzle for kids, foster critical thinking skills and excitement, piecing together groups of hexagons into one large hexagon. And then for this one, this is called the Russian blocks puzzle. So people also like to call this like a Tetris puzzle because the pieces are much more like Tetris actually. So this one also comes with instructions, and then they give like different scenarios where you can, okay, so my instructions are not here, but they will give you like different shapes that you can come up with. Like there's one for a fish, there's one for a child, there's a robot, there's like a pistol, things like that. So you get all of these pieces, and then you kind of just have to take out the unnecessary ones. I wish I could show you better, but they're really gonna fall all over the place. And so like I said earlier, if you didn't understand, each color corresponds to just one type of shape. So all of the green pieces are going to be the square pieces, and you won't see any green piece that looks different like this. So any red piece looks like this, etc. for all the colors, which is really good for like beginners to this type of puzzle toy. And because they're all different kinds of pieces, you can really, or your child can really get creative. Like they can use these black pieces as like legs, arms and legs, and they can use like the yellow piece as a head, or you know, it's really up to them what they want to come up with, but the instructions that come with it do provide some guidance for that. So I do want to read a bit more about it. And so this is also considered like a gift. This can be a gift set, and it says here that it's sure to captivate the curiosity of young, bright minds everywhere. Following the Montessori method, your smart games for kids build decision-making skills and promise a lively, collaborative playtime. So yes, I can definitely see how this would be collaborative, because like, let's say you have children, their siblings, they can come up with shapes together. It's also good for their social interaction. Hopefully they won't fight over it, but it's really good for them to kind of make decisions together as a team, like what kind of character they want to come up with these pieces. So I think that's really cool. And you get a lot of pieces in this set. Some of them are even still in the box. And then again, in case you didn't see earlier, it also comes with this hexagon. So these ones are kind of a different sort of shape and more advanced. But yeah, so you get these two in just this simple box. So I think that's really cool that it's such a thin box. This can go like on the bookshelf, or slide it under the bed, or just like in a corner of the room. And they get this out of a small box, which is, you know, space saving and makes it a lot easier as well for cleanup time. So I think that's really important. So Carrie says that this is cool, especially for people with autism. She really loves this. So I think that's nice that the toy is not necessarily developed for that kind of need, but it was able to be utilized, and you know, it grabbed their attention as well. So what else? My 2-year-old great niece is learning, very well made, and she is having a blast. So I do agree that this is very well made, because actually all Giggles Montessori products are painted with water-based paint. So that's really important if your child is young. They have a very sensitive skin, very thin skin, and you wouldn't really want them to be even holding something that's full of toxins, because it can sort of get absorbed by their skin. And then aside from the water-based paint, the wood is very smooth. There's really no chance at all that your child would get splintered by this, so that's really important. And in general, wooden toys are much safer for children. So with that being said, I totally agree with these reviews. And if you want to read more about it, I just suggest that you open up the product listing and see for yourself. So just remember that for this price, it is a set, so you get a lot more out of it. And I hope that you'll consider taking a look at it.